If you want to make your bad time sweet, go ahead and head over to the Sugar Shack collection. Link down below in the description box where you can get a discount on your purchase. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue and I am back for another 90 Day Fiance review, you guys. 90 Day Fiance was long and it had its moments. All right, I would say overall, I would give the episode a B-, bitch. Okay, a B-. Meaning the family Deschantel fight is an A+, okay, for the drama. This episode just kind of more so annoyed me, like just certain things, but we'll get into it. So, y'all, Jay and Ashley. Let me tell y'all something. I am all here for interracial love. Love who you want to love, all right? I'm not here to stop anybody from doing what they want to do. But something about Ashley and Jay just makes me feel uneasy. The entire time they're, getting ready to enter Baltimore and driving around Baltimore, aside from the cold, he was so worried about white folks and what they were going to do to him in the all-white neighborhood that she lives in. And y'all, that's why I feel like, you white women can't be out here staying silent about issues that affect African Americans and Latino people as it pertains to race. Y'all stay quiet and y'all don't say shit, but then you won't go to Jamaica and find you a big dick Jamaican boy and then bring him back to America, and then he has to fit into the confines of what you've allowed to take place around you. Like, I'm just saying, y'all, like when they kept talking about how he couldn't be outside, how, her neighbors was going to call the cops on him if he was outside running around in the snow and screaming and hollering. And I'm like, yeah, okay, but if he was white, would they call the cops? Now, I don't call the cops on people. Like, that's not what I like to do. Other races of people, I feel like they love to call the police on people, neighbors. Anyway, but if I'm calling the police on somebody, it's because either I've already asked you to stop and you haven't, or shit has escalated to another level, or something going on and I feel endangered for my life. That's the only reasons I'm out here calling the police. Nobody's calling the police because somebody is outside screaming. Like, go to ask them to shut the fuck up. If they don't shut up, then do it. But I just feel like just something about that conversation and the whole feel of that and how, how white she is. I'm sorry, there's no other way for me to say it. How white she is. And she even said how white she was and how she knows nothing of these things. So it's amazing to me that you want to marry, a black man. No, it's not. It's not amazing to me. I feel like that's the white privilege. You are able to be in a full-blown relationship with a black man and still be totally unaware of the issues that he might face. She knows there will be issues, but she says she's ignorant of race relations. And I'm like, you look like it. You look like it. You look very, very Caucasian, Ashley. But I'm not saying, like, don't get me wrong. I didn't say for one second that I felt like their love isn't genuine or anything like that. I think they're one of the most genuine relationships on the show. It just made me feel uncomfortable. It just made me feel uncomfortable. And they know they're going to have some issues here in America. And I think probably most of their issues going to either come from white people, either doing what they do, calling the cops, thinking somebody gonna hurt somebody, just overstepping boundaries, not minding their fucking business. Yes, it could be white people situation like that, but then there could be black women looking at this nice looking Jamaican man with this lily white girl like, she gonna get you hung. I'm sorry. You gotta laugh and keep from crying about this shit. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, it is what it is. It's the realization of the world we live in. I'm not saying that everybody's emotions are always correct. I'm just saying that the emotions are there. So it's going to be a situation that they're going to have to get used to. Now, before they left to come to Baltimore, freezing cold, snowing, raining ass Baltimore, they were in Jamaica and they met up with his dad so he could tell his dad he got his visa approved and he was coming down to America to live his best life with Ashley. And that daddy, they was just, look, before the daddy even got there, they was talking about how the daddy be dicking down half Jamaica. I'm like, when he walked up, I was like, yeah, he looked like one of them daddies. And Jay, even though he has a lot of the same qualities as his father, they're both probably nice looking men, charming. Women like that. No matter where you're from, women like, nice looking chocolate men with beautiful teeth that look like they could fuck. That's a good thing, okay? But I just kind of feel like when Jay said that he wanted to be better than his dad, you know, in that hoeing way, it just kind of seemed like that dad probably done fucked up that man's life in some type of way. Like, you should have stayed with my mama, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could just tell when he said that his dad being a hoe probably affected him negatively. You know what I'm saying? Which is why he wants to make the decision to be with Ashley and be monogamous and marry her and be in this relationship and stay together forever, you know, and all of this shit. And I mean, look, I'm happy for them. They look like they in love with each other, but I do think that the trials and tribulations ahead are going to truly test the attraction and whatever the love is that they have between one another, okay? Because to me, are you going to understand his plight as much as you possibly can as a white woman? You know what I'm saying? Are you, Jay, gonna not be a hoe once you be around all these American bitches throwing their ass at you because you're Jamaican and got an accent? You know how people in America love anybody with an accent, you know. Moving along to Steve and Olga. Steve and Olga are a special case to me. I'm kind of somewhat bored by their situation. Like, whenever they come on, I just be like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, this is just another episode of Teen Mom in Russia. Like, that's all it feels like to me. She accidentally gets pregnant by a guy she's only known for a couple of weeks, a month and a half maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not enough time. So you were having unprotected sex with him. You go back home. You get pregnant. Y'all have a relationship now that he knows you're pregnant. Before then, he wasn't even thinking about your ass. And now y'all are trying to get married, even though before the pregnancy, nobody was really into each other like that. So it's just kind of, I'm just looking at this situation like, You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel about it. I don't know what's going to happen, but I do know when they went shopping for baby stuff and when Steve saw how small her apartment was, for somebody that, you know, is robbing Peter to pay Paul, staying with his grandma, staying with his friends, staying on the street, he seemed very upset about the close quarters. And I'm like, at least she had a place of her own. You over here sleeping on your grandma couch and shit. Like, how you know, upset about anything, you know, as far as the space. And he was just saying that it was a small space. How are they going to enjoy each other's company once the baby gets here? And I'm like, son, you have 90 days. And that 90 days is going to be all about that baby. And for 6 weeks, she's not going to be able to have any special time with you. So I don't know what you're expecting to happen, but your unreadiness for life as it pertains to being a father, as it pertains to knowing how much it costs, being responsible for yourself, like, this does not look good, y'all. This does not look good at all. And when they went shopping, he was kind of upset because she just kept picking shit up and putting it in the basket without looking at the price. Now, I don't know what, you know, Babies R Us they was in. And I don't know what the prices were, but I know that whatever she was probably getting for that baby, they was gonna need, okay? Because they didn't have a lot, he didn't bring a lot of shit for that baby. He don't know how much shit costs. I just feel like they were totally unprepared for this situation. And now put that in the confines of being in another country that has ill relations with the country they chew from. You don't know their language like that. Like, it's a lot going on with Steve and Olga, but I'm just still kind of like, oh, great, another Teen Mom episode. Like, like, that's just how I be feeling about the shit. Oh, well. Another thing that I thought was interesting was Steve wanting to be in the hospital room. And in Russia, they don't allow men to be in the hospital room. So he had to get special permission. And this is like one of them times I'm grateful I'm from America. Because, like, I want my husband in the room with me. And I don't feel like anybody besides the two of us should be able to dictate that unless something goes wrong and then, you know, they need to get him out the room because they have to work on me or something like that. But just in the process of having a baby, I think that it's so fucked up for men not to be able to be in the room and for people not to expect that of them in other countries. Like, you are the father, your sperm added to this situation. You should definitely be in the room and hold my hand while this baby pushes out of my vagina or, you know, out of the middle of my stomach being cut out. However the situation goes down, it just seems that if you have two parents that love the child, that they should both be in the room when the child is born. Like, that just would make sense to me. And I know back in the day it was different down here too. In, you know, America, we didn't used to have it like that, but now it's like that. And I just kind of feel like, bruh, it's been 2018 everywhere. So I'm just kind of looking at Russia like, well, you know, that's to be expected. But I'm glad that there was a way for him to be in the room because I thought it was cool that he wanted to be. Like, he really wants to be in the child's life. And I'm thinking that eventually this is probably going to work its way into just him being a single parent or her being a single parent. I don't think their relationship is going to last. And I know it's early on, but just something makes me feel like their relationship is not going to work out, but he's going to try to be a father to that child as much as he can, which is, I mean, really all you can ask of him. But them trying to get married and stuff, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I guess that's the only way that they can really have their family together, considering the fact that they're both from different countries and have different forms of citizenship. So y'all, let's move on to Leda and Eric. Y'all, Leda works on my nerves. Leda works on Leda. Is it Leda or Leda? I can't remember. Leda. She works on my damn nerves. Her and her sister work on my nerves. A bunch of spoiled ass brats. That sister Raina is like the perfect example of the nerdy, smarter sister that has to take care of the rambunctious, annoying, irresponsible younger sister who went out there and got fucking pregnant and then now is trying to move in with some middle-aged man who has daughters that are damn near her age. You coming for money, he ain't got no money, but then you got the nerve to be upset about the surroundings. Like, it's stupid to me. And later, I don't know, something is just not right about her. And something about her like irks my spirit. I don't know what it is, but her parents are coming in from Indonesia. And if Eric isn't making the amount of money that they want him to make, then she's possibly going to be going back to Indonesia. And I'm like, that's exactly where she needs to be going. The sister brings up Eric paying child support when he takes her son to go get a Philly cheesesteak. And she says that she doesn't, like we talked about before, her ex does not give her child support. They don't have child support in Indonesia, so she doesn't understand why he would have to give child support to his child. And I'm like, because unlike you, his wife is not rich, and she also had 2 other children from him. So I'm sure she needs the financial support to help take care of her child. And unlike in some of regressed countries, I'm sorry, but that's regressed to assume that both parents don't have to give to the welfare of the child. I don't give a fuck what anybody's talking about. That is not a good thing. That her baby daddy don't have to pay child support. I think it's something that she never had to really worry about because she already has money. And that's why she doesn't really get it. But it's annoying to me that that's an issue for her. Even if he wasn't paying child support, bitch, y'all was not going to be living in nobody's lap of luxury. So if that's what you want, take your ass back to Indonesia, get you a student visa, and come down here and go to school and do whatever the hell you want to do the right way. But stop trying to use this middle-aged white man with fucked up hair. Because, Lord, that hair was flying every which way when he was at the airport. I was like, what is going on with the hair? The comb over. Men, stop it. When you are losing hair in the middle of your fucking head, do you know the best thing you can do? Go bald and get some fucking facial hair. Balance it out and stop playing with our emotions. Whatever that sticky flying away shit he had trying to cover up that bald spot was irking my nerves. And then when he walks up to the parents, because he's met them before, he runs straight into the mom's arms, hugging her when she was reaching for her grandson. And I just kind of felt like you should have waited. Like, you should have waited a moment for them to say their hellos, and then you could have swooped in for your hug. It just kind of seemed like an awkward moment. However, they crammed themselves into his SUV, and when he rolls over the curb, pulling out, they was like, why do you have to do that? And it's like, girl, if you're going to be upset about that type of shit, I don't know how y'all relationship going to make it. I don't know how y'all relationship going to make it at all. And I really do think that she just wants to be in America, and I don't understand why she couldn't go about it a different way. I don't believe for 1 second that girl is really into Eric. I just don't. Sorry, I just don't. The parents, I mean, I didn't get a real impression off them. They seemed nice. They shook, Eric's hand. They met him before. They weren't nasty. They didn't act ugly with him, but it was just all awkward and uncomfortable to watch either way. But yeah, I don't know, y'all. I don't know about how the parents feel about him as of yet. We only know how Raina feels, and she's more worried about later in her not taking care of her son once she doesn't have, all of the maids and drivers and cooks, and her sister being a fucking nanny and personal assistant and all of that shit. I know y'all peeped that, right? Okay. So let's move on to the most annoying couple, Larissa and Colt. All right? Larissa and Colt are extremely annoying. She has not stopped complaining about Las Vegas, the house, the car. She has not stopped complaining yet. But at the same time, Colt is out here living in the bare fucking minimum. You have a car in 2018 with no air conditioning and you live in Las Vegas. That sounds like some dumb shit to me. His breast bother me ever so much. Like the titties, y'all. I can't stop looking at him. And then he all pale. And then the lips ain't that, is a little dark. So it just all looks very goth, lesbian, transitioning. Like it just, it's a lot going the fuck on. When they get to the house, they realize that Cole and his mama don't have a sofa, and he says that's because he wanted he and her, or her and the mom, all of them, to pick out one together. And I'm like, this is not gonna go down like this. You need to move out of your mom's apartment. Like, really, you really need to move out of your mom's apartment. If you think you and your high maintenance girlfriend are going to be able to live in the house with your mom without her crying every fucking day, I don't know. When she gets there and she sees the house, she looks around, she hugs the mom, she speaks to the mom, is crying already, okay? The mom talking about she's so happy for them. I'm like, that's not why you crying, Mom. Debbie, you are not crying because you happy for them. I think you're crying for two reasons. For one, you see that Larissa is selfish and completely out of your son's league. Not saying that she's better than him or she deserves better, just meaning that they're not gonna mesh. He's going to get annoyed with her complaining about everything. She's going to get annoyed with him ignoring her complaining about everything. And she wants more and he can't do more. Like, eventually this is going to get tiring. Larissa came here to be with somebody that's going to take care of her. And Cole is getting taken care of by his mom that can barely stop crying now that a new woman has stepped into their home and is unhappy with her lackluster ass decorating with the slot machine. Like, look, y'all, I don't like Larissa. But I feel like Larissa was trying to not be so mean to the mom, but she's just a very direct person, and the mom kept asking stupid questions. Like, you can tell she don't like the surroundings, but then you're going to ask her how she feel about the house. So she honestly told them, I mean, it's a nice house, but, the decorating is ugly. Like, and it is ugly. The mom don't know how to decorate. She had a slot machine in the middle of a fucking living room, but no sofa. What is that? Like, what is that, y'all? Like, obviously she wasn't going to be happy. And I don't know why Cole thought that she was going to be happy. She complained about every little thing even before she got there. Larissa been the same bitch since before she came to this country. So I don't understand what he thought was going to happen. But the mom made a stew. And when she said she wasn't hungry, she just wanted to go upstairs and sleep because she'd been on a plane for 24 hours straight, the mom gets upset. And Colt goes downstairs to check on her, and she's crying. And, I made a dinner for her, and she doesn't want to eat it, and y'all are not going to be happy. And she's just rude and selfish and just different than what I thought it was going to be and all of this shit. And I'm just like, oh, my God, Debbie. Like, I hate to say it, Debbie, but man the fuck up. Like, what are you crying for, lady? Your son is an adult. Okay, your son is an adult. And this is your fault that he's in this situation. Like, this girl was not going to be happy with this situation. And you should have taught your son to be independent instead of relying on you so heavily just because you don't want to have to find a life of your own. Okay? Let the read be what it is, because it is a read. All right? So the next morning, Larissa decides she want to make some sloppy ass eggs. She lied to Colt and told him that she knew how to cook. And it's like, oh, girl, you do not look like you know how to cook, but okay. So she gets up in the kitchen and cooks some eggs, and she makes him call his mom down because she wants her to eat the breakfast with them. And I thought that was Larissa trying to show that it's not that I don't want to be around y'all. I just was tired. She didn't realize, and I thought that them being upset that she wanted to sleep was just stupid to me. Like, the mom was using it as an excuse. But really, she just don't like the fact that she's now going to have to share her son with somebody that is going to ask him to move out. Like, it just seems that way to me. Either way, mom comes down and she says that it's nice, but he doesn't eat bread for breakfast. He usually doesn't eat this much bread. Usually he eats eggs and bacon. And it's like, bitch, so what? Like, so what if that's what he usually eats? Who eats the same breakfast every morning? Like, some people do, but you don't have to. It's not a big deal that he had an egg sandwich instead of having eggs and bacon. Like, that's how I know that mom is more annoyed with the fact that somebody is swooping in on her territory than she really is about the fact that Larissa is in no way, shape, or form good for her son. It might be a little bit of that, but more so that somebody is sweeping in on her territory. But she says that, Larissa will have to learn how to cook all of Colt's favorite foods. And Larissa is like, Colt is spoiled as fuck. And it would be nice for him to get out of that and for them to get from under mommy's skirt. And I was like, yes, Larissa, you may be a bitch, but you are right on the money with that. You are right on the money with that. So y'all, Jonathan and Fernanda. Fernanda is having a hard time because she's 19 years old. She's in a new country. She has no friends and no family around her. And Jonathan has to work. So she spends a lot of her time at the house cleaning up, being bored, and feeling sad that she's away from her friends and her family. So she goes shopping with Jonathan's BFF, Danny. And I like Danny. Like, Danny has the deepest countryest fucking voice, but she was actually very nice, very sweet to Fernanda. when they were shopping, she asked Fernanda, so is there anything you want to ask me? And she was like, I just want to know about his previous relationships and, things like that. And she then further explains how when she got here, she found those panties. And Danny totally understands. Y'all, something in my eye. Danny totally understands. She gets it. She says she would have been upset as well, but that Jonathan is just an irresponsible man. He's just being a stupid boy. He doesn't know. He probably just picked up that dresser and brought it to the new place. He didn't look in it. He didn't clean it out or anything like a woman would have done. So, or a man that is used to cleaning up behind himself. So I'm just saying he may be used to cleaning up behind himself, but there's a difference. Like there are some men that are very neat, and then most of them are trifling, and that's just where it's at. So Fernanda and Jonathan spend some time at the house trying to get her clothes together in full clothes, and he's just making jokes and, jostling with her and just having a good time with her so that she can get her mind off the fact that she misses her family. So it was cute to see them in a lovey-dovey situation. It was good to see them joking and having a good time together because this has just been very stressful since the very beginning. And now she gets on FaceTime with her mom and her little brother, and she really misses her sister and her little brother because she spent a lot of her time helping to raise them because her mom is very young and works a lot. And it just seemed very sad to watch them cry over FaceTime about missing one another. And her mom wants her to have a better life, wants her to be happy, but it's just hard for the both of them because they miss one another, a very close-knit family. So if this doesn't work out, I feel like Fernanda is going to be very happy to get on a fucking plane and go back to Mexico. And I appreciate that about her. Jonathan did comfort Fernanda and hug her and, just try to make her feel like she's safe and protected and he has her back because she's there alone. And I was like, thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate that as well. So y'all, let's get to Kalani and Asuelu, which they are not the annoying couple, but they just like the family de Chantel. The family de Kalani, I don't like y'all. I don't like Kalani's family. I don't like the self-hate that the dad possesses and that he's passed that nasty ass, despicable, depraved attitude on to that daughter who looks like she's missing teeth in her mouth. Like, it's just, ugh. That, like, he gave them beautiful long hair because y'all know that beautiful long hair is definitely Samoa. We want to pronounce it Samoa, but it is Somo. I think Samo. I can't really pronounce how they were pronouncing it correctly, but I'm just going to continue to be fucked up in American and call it Samoa, okay? Either way, the dad is from there. So for him to be so aggressive and just questioning Asuelu before he even got there makes me look at him like, so what were your intentions when you came to America? What the fuck was you trying to do? Were you trying to have a better life? Did you find a family, a white woman that you can impregnate and have a nice family with? So why are you expecting him to be any different? I'm so confused about the dad. He works on my nerves, y'all. So they show us, Kalani teaching him how to change a diaper. He seems very loving to his son. He's always holding the son. The son seems to be becoming more comfortable with him, but he's still a bit fussy when he's with Asuelu. And Asuelu is like, I just hope that, as the days goes on, he gets more comfortable and he'll give me a nice, beautiful smile. Y'all, Asuelu is the sweetest thing I've ever seen on any of these ratchet ass shows, okay? He is the sweetest thing, and it is so annoying to me that Kalani is emotionally detached from him because they gave the baby to the mama and went to the beach to talk and have some time alone, which I kind of felt like, why wouldn't y'all just take the baby with y'all? Y'all need to get used to it being the three of y'all and stop relying on her family so much. That's how I feel. Either way, when they talking and she's kind of letting him know that the daddy and the sister, the family are not going to like him and it's going to take time for them to get used to him, he starts to cry because he feels like it took him so much to get here and he wants to be there for his family. He has good intentions, and for them to feel that he's a bad guy already, he just got upset and started to cry. And Kalani said she felt bad, but never once did she comfort him, never once did she physically touch him. And I was watching this and my husband is sitting right there and I'm like, I could never just sit there and not try to comfort him physically when he's crying. So it's something about Kalani and her family is just very cold to me. Very, very cold. And I don't like it, okay? So they get ready to have this dinner, this family dinner, so the dad and the sister can finally meet Asuelu. And they already come in with a fucked up attitude as far as I'm concerned. But when Asuelu saw them, he's like, hello. He walks in, he hugs everybody. They hug him back. They sit down for dinner. And the dad goes in, okay? Now, Asuelu tried to start off and break the ice. And he said, I just want to apologize for impregnating her without talking to y'all first. Because that's not how their culture moves, okay? But I feel like 29-year-old Kalani should have been wearing protection. She should have been more responsible as a 29-year-old woman fucking a 23-year-old. Okay, like I'm just saying, y'all. Like Kalani is completely irresponsible. Yet her parents and her, well, not her parents, her dad and her sister are looking at him like he's the culprit. She is 29 years old. 30-year-old fucking woman should know better. 30-year-old fucking woman should not still be living with her sister. And so when her man comes in town, she has to go stay in an Airbnb with her baby because her sister don't like her man. See, all of this shit is codependent and immature as fuck as far as I'm concerned. And it's working on my nerves. So the dad is like, so do you really intend to marry my daughter? I mean, do you love her? And Asuelu is like, why would I come here if I didn't love her? I have every intention on taking care of me, her, and our family. He says that he has experience in construction, so he'll try to start working in construction. But the daddy is just like, you know, if you ever disrespect my daughter, then we're going to have some issues. And I'm just like, bro, shut up. Shut up. Like, I totally detested the way they treated him because I feel like he's not giving y'all that energy at all. And the daddy being the exact same ethnicity as him, it's just driving me insane that he feels, you know, so compelled to be so aggressive with Asuelu when he's so not on that wavelength. You know what I'm saying, y'all? The sister gets upset when she sees Asuelu holding his son. Because apparently for the first 5 months of his life, she was playing daddy. I'm like, no, bitch, you was playing auntie, okay? Y'all lived together. You were going to be the auntie that helped since the daddy was in another country. That's the way the situation went down. Blame your sister for getting impregnated by a nigga in another country, okay? But don't be sitting up there acting like, oh, he wasn't here, like he just was choosing not to be there. He's in another country. In another country. He came here. He's here now. He's trying to get here. But this is just, it's all ridiculous to me. How they just want to find fault with such a sweet guy. It's just so annoying. He's holding a baby and everything. And she's like, you know, I was just dad for, I was the dad. And then when Kalani said, I told him that you played dad when the baby was first born and, you know, he has to earn that from you. Excuse me, bitch? His sperm made him a father. His sperm made him a father. He doesn't have to do anything as it pertains to your disgusting, teethless looking fucking sister. He does not have to do anything with her. All of this, he has to prove himself to her family bullshit is so annoying to me because they are adults and she is grown. And she went out there and fucked that man for the first time with no protection and came back home pregnant with a baby, living with her motherfucking sister and lying to the sister about this man cheating on her when they weren't even sure what the logistics of the relationship really were. I don't like Kalani. I don't like Kalani's family. I feel bad for Asuelu. And we're going to fight if they keep fucking with him. And that's how I feel about it. Daddy, you and us, we're going to have motherfucking issues. Okay? Anyway, y'all. Okay? That's how I felt about the shit. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the review. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. All right, bonbons, I love y'all. I hope y'all checked out Real Housewives of Atlanta and Married to Medicine, which have already been posted. And I will see y'all in the next one.